Welcome to one and welcome to all. This is PWOP reporting in with the DSPisms of the week. Before we begin, a couple of housekeeping notes. A belated welcome back to Meerkat, as this is my first recording since he came back from the dead. Good job. And this week is the first time it's going to be a video-style video with clips, so we all get to enjoy Stroke Mouth together. And if you're new here, essentially this segment is Festivus from Seinfeld, but only the airing of grievances part. And every single one of the grievances has to do with Phil butchering the English language. But he has his own way of describing what it is that I like to do here.
And let's see him flip-flop and change his opinions. What the fuck? You are nuts. No, really, you're obsessed, you're nuts, you're fucked in the head, you're a bunch of fucking no-life losers, limp dick bitches. You're trying to stalk down words that I said and you're going to take anything out of context or anything to try to get a gotcha moment. Fuck off. Because now things are different. Now you are irrelevant. Get it? Bitches? Times have changed. This year has been an insane year of change, and the changes are going to keep coming, and everything's coming up DSP, whether you like it or fucking not.
I think it says a lot that DSP thinks that calling somebody irrelevant on the internet is an insult. And because of the excessive amount of flubbing that DSP does on a daily basis, and my own insistence on stalking down his words in chronological order, we've now reached a holiday on the DSP calendar.
Backdrop for today's election day. Anyway, hope that you guys are ready to chill and have a good podcast with me here today.
Today is November 5th, 2024,
also known as Election Day here in the United States, also known as Super Tuesday. The reason is because today is the last moment for people to vote in both their local and federal elections. So everyone who hasn't voted yet is running out to vote today. And so everyone's going to be talking about it all day long. In fact, excuse me.
In fact, people who had not yet voted did not rush out to vote. One example of which being Phil Burnell, who was not even registered to vote. And he was positively bursting with election-related style gaffes. President Trunk, noise suppressor, the possibility of doing political content in the future. Oh my! How could anybody who sits on the fence as much as Philip do political content? Did I say he sits on the fence? I'm sorry. I meant to say he likes to dance on that line, as they say. He just wants to open up the conversation in his chat to people of all political leanings before their lean-in manual bans. Everybody deserves a chance to speak their say. Do you get it? Do you get it now? I hope that someday DSP's DMs with the Kino Casino see the light, because I'd love to see how he talks about all his interests that he has in common with Andy, and how nice it feels that they finally let him take the mask off, as well as giving him an opportunity to take off a few other things as well.
Okay, alright, so here we go. It's time to unbox the PS5 Pro. Guess I should rotate it around. I can't see it. Okay. So it kind of folds open, like an origami thing, like folds open when you do that. And then there's a box inside. I guess we should take the box out, correct? Take a sniff. It smells like Gaming Unleashed. All right. So happy to get the leash off, the gloves off, the muzzle off. Hello. Nothing in there. It's just a hollow shell. Okay. So this is the real box.
You know, I'm starting to think about it more and more, and I think he likes being the self-proclaimed whipping boy at the internet. In his own words, he loves being destroyed. His words, not mine. And while setting up his PS5 Pro and reviewing it, Philip used all 5 of his senses. He smelled the box when you opened it, as you just saw. He described how it looks despite showing you on the screen, and his most neurotypical fan, Iron Chef Sakai, seemed to notice he didn't do a taste test, a feel test, or a sound test yet.
How is it running? Have you listened? And have you tested the temperature yet? And I said, no, that's a good question. So I went over to it and I knelt down and I started listening. It was pretty quiet. Admittedly, like, you know how PS4 infamously sounds like a jet engine? Like you're in a wind tunnel and it's just blasting you? This wasn't very loud at all. And I was running the game at the time. So it wasn't really doing anything noise-wise, okay? But, dude, I put my hand down next to it and that sucker was hot. Like, I'm not talking, oh, it's like a little bit of warm air was blowing out. No, like, it felt like it was like a heater. Like, you could be sitting next to this to warm up in the winter. That's how hot this thing was running. Now, listen, I didn't...
No, Phil, we won't listen because there's still more clips to get to and we don't have time for your yapping. Because I'd rather go talk about your Life is Strange playthrough, where Phil took issue with the fact that the bartender wasn't waiting to serve him at the bar, but rather she had the audacity to flirt with his character.
No one stops you. Like, seriously, if she walked away from the bar, they would have jumped that fucking bar and stole all the liquor and ran right out the door. At least from my experience. And it's not me, like, making fun of it. I'm serious. Like, that's how it is here. People have took the inch and then took the mile and then took the fucking half the planet. You know? So, yeah.
No, I know what you mean, Phil. It's kind of like, if you give me a foot, I'm taking your yard. Like, that sort of style deal, you know? It makes sense if you don't think about it. And as fun as this is, we do have to cut it off somewhere. And this will be the last clip of the day. And what better place to end on than with Philip releasing a teaser for his new song with his band, Connecticut.
New game release, feeling like a cultural event. A new game's coming out, and you and all of your friends are getting it, and are going to be playing it and talking about it at all times, and you're going to be able to jump online. There's videos about it everywhere. It's on social media. What happened to that? Now a game comes out, it's like people talk about it for a day, and then it's on to the next. No one even gives a shit that the game even released. What the fuck? What happened? Games used to be these big, exciting events, and now it's just like farts in the wind. You smell it for a second, then it's gone. On to the next fart. Well, I don't want to be a systematic fart sniffer. I want to actually enjoy games again. We got to bring back, we got to make games great again. Make gaming great again.
And that is it this week for DSPisms. This is PWOP signing off with the new single from the band Connecticut, Farts in the Wind. Enjoy.
Close my eyes, only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes, a curiosity. Farts in the wind, all they are is farts in the wind.